I'm David White, father of Daiquan White. I go by Day Day.
So you head coaching your son? How long you been coaching your son?
I've been coaching him since he first, since his second year. His first year of playing football was probably his worst year ever to touch the football field. He didn't want to go to practice some days, and so it started making me question if he even wanted to play football.
So what was the turning point? How did you know, like, okay, this might be something?
Well, when I coached my older son, I always promised him I was gonna coach him. The only problem was when he first started playing, I was still in my 12-year-old year of my first team, so I had to go ahead and send them off to school. But when opportunity presented itself, I said I'm a coach. I ain't start off as the head coach. I just started off as the assistant coach. And it's really like more like when a father there looking over the child want to do good for their dad. And so I actually sat him down that year and asked him. I said, if football is what you want to do, we're gonna go full throttle. Yeah, around that first season, it was a terrible season for him, man. He's like to be honest, man, I think he probably rode the bench the whole season. It was more of, when you're playing for a coach that's not focused on the whole team. So that next year, I just had to get into it and start getting grinding with him. Started getting real grimy on the field with him, started doing a whole lot of other stuff with him that, I had to get prepared for the next level. So that's what I've been doing since day one with him. Now if I tell him he ain't going to practice, he crying.
Talk about like some of the training, cause like I've been to a couple of training things and he training with kids twice his age. Like talk about that, man, the dedication and the work that he.
Yeah, well, one of his trainer, Travis the trainer, my son had the worst footwork ever. And Travis told me, man, just give him to me. I was always skeptical about letting somebody else train my son, but Travis has been a blessing to us, man. He got him in the gym, got him in all these camps, and like he working every day. Like he don't have an off season. When other kids at home playing video games, he working. Like I tell him all the time, you can ask him. I tell him when he sleep, it's a kid in Cali that's working. It's a kid in New York that's working. So it's always gonna be somebody.
Okay. What position do you play?
Cornerback and wide receiver.
Which one do you like more?
Corner.
He met Dion when he was 6 at a camp. And then I hit Dion on Twitter, and to my surprise, he hit me back. It was to my surprise, he hit me back. So he checking in on him a lot through social media, asking how he doing. Last camp they just had with Dion came down here, worked with him, talked to him, man. It just, with these kids, man, you gotta have a lot of mentors for them, man, because it's easy to go the wrong way. It's real easy to go the wrong route. Like, I've seen it happen. So I cannot let it happen to mine. Avenue that his trainer, Travis the Fitness, introduced us to. And the head guy from my JU actually met him on the sideline one day at a high school game and gave him his card and told me to bring the card to me. And ever since then, man, IDU is a great avenue, man. They putting kids in school. They getting kids grades right, and like he's like one of the young kids at that training. It's mostly high school and college kids. Like his grade, it might be just him and like 2 other kids. But it's hard work, man. It's hard work. Like my life right now is dedicated to this child and football. I know I'm gonna put up a Instagram post one day. I forget what it was about kids working out, and we put a video up and we tagged on him in it. And like when he got his Instagram, he had like 100 followers. And then one day I just checked it one Saturday night. It was a Saturday night, and he had like 3,000 followers. I'm like, man, how you get all these followers so fast? And then I logged on to it, and I had a message from him saying that he had won the contest, so they took care of him, man. They sent him a whole lot of honor. But this, man, separating daddy from being a coach, man, You can go into daddy mode sometime on the field. Like, he's been injured. Like, he's been injured, and it broke me more than it broke him because he actually broke his hand the first play of the game last year. Me as a daddy, I said play through it, not knowing his hand was broke. Him not wanting to disappoint me, like to this day, it's like I blame myself for it. Him not wanting to disappoint me, he played the whole game with a broke hand. And after the game, when he pulled his glove off, his hand was fat. And I took him to the doctor, and the doctor said that it was broke in 2 places. And he was like, if he played the entire game with his hand broke, he was in some pain. And I know he did it because he didn't want to disappoint me. But just like, I kind of blame myself. That's one thing that I've always blamed myself about. And I apologize to him, but I told him at the end of the day, if you're injured, please tell me. And that made me a better coach as to know, like, Dad, I'm hurt. Now when he say, Dad, I'm hurt, oh, it's serious. Let's go to the doctor. You always preach the kid, man, you have to play through some injuries, like knick-knack injuries. Me not knowing his hand was broke because he was still able to move it and do all this. And he was still running the ball. So, me not knowing it was broke, I'm thinking he playing through some until after the game, because I seen the swelling, how big it was. And so when we walked in the doctor's office, they didn't have to take an x-ray. She looked at it and said, it's broke. Yeah, it surprised me as a father, and it made Mom mad too. It made Mom real mad. Like, me and his mom go at it a lot. Like, we got to deal with, she stays out of football because we go at it so much about football, man. And like, she don't like the way I talk to him on the football field, but I told her this, you gonna tell this high school coach you can't talk to him like that? So I'm preparing him for the next level. Like, I tear him down, but 2 seconds later, I'm finna build him back up. That's a coach.